It's your boy SK. You tuned into Infinite Vibes. Rock with him.
Yes, sir, Ski. It is time for another edition of Infinite Vibes, dopest podcast in the world. I'm Moran, the man, the richest lady in the A. DJ B-Lex in the building.
Yes, I'm getting money with my brothers. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We out here making moves. I'm just excited to be here, and we got a special guest today. So you know,
very special guest, very special. You know what I'm saying? I gotta admit. DJ B-Lex has definitely put me onto this guy heavy. He's been blessing us with loops and sample packs, and we've been collaborating and cooking up with this guy. And this is my first time meeting him face to face. Please introduce yourself to our listeners, King.
Man, it's your boy SK, man. Producer, everybody, Lil Baby, Future, Trey Songz, Chris Brown.
Super producer.
Absolutely. He got on the shades too.
Working hard. I had to put him on today. Had to play the part. Had to, man.
For sure, man. For sure. So I got a funny little mini SK story.
Okay.
This is my first time actually meeting you face to face.
Okay, bro.
You probably don't recognize me because I had dreads. I cut them. Okay. I actually was on FaceTime with you one time with Spins.
Word.
I was at Spins' crib.
Wow.
We was working on something. And he was like, man, I think I might need SK for this. And he FaceTimed you and he, whatever the fuck it was, he sent it to you. He sent it back maybe in like 2 days.
That's crazy.
So yeah.
Wow.
Boy, Spins, that's my day one. Yeah, we did Future together. Yeah, that's my boy.
Y'all been doing this shit for a minute. You gotta talk about it.
Absolutely.
How you started?
What's so crazy before with Spins? I met Spins at Metro Point Law, so we were in the Art Institute together.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we connected all the way back then and shit.
Wow.
Now the Metropolitan laws, right?
Yeah.
Which is now something totally different. They done evolved.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You been over there? What it look like now?
Yeah.
The Metropolitan laws?
One time, yeah. But yeah, I'm SK, man. I'm from the country, man. Medoc, North Carolina. Like 500 people.
Medoc, North Carolina.
Yes, the country, bro. Pigs, horses. We shoot deer and race 4-wheelers and shit.
Wow.
Hell yeah. So
did you have to like snap a chicken or some shit?
we used to slaughter pigs.
Slaughter pigs?
My uncles did.
Yeah.
I just watched it. I was young.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So
interesting.
Yeah, came from the church. Played piano in the church all my life. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to do producing and stuff. So yeah, I did a lot of research on producers. Then I moved to Atlanta and just took off from there.
So coming from a small town, like, what was the producers that you were looking into, like, studying? Because, you know, like, that's where it started, that inspiration.
Yeah.
What was you trying to mimic?
Like Devontae Swing. That's North Carolina.
It's funny, I ain't gonna lie. You look like Jodeci. You look like Jodeci.
Hey, I'll watch it, bro. I'll watch it, bro. But you know, they from North
Carolina. They from North Carolina.
They from North Carolina, bro.
That nigga though.
Yeah, he is. He that nigga.
Same story. Came from the church. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Went up to New York. Yeah, made it happen with Jodeci. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Timbaland, man, Quincy Jones. And so many producers, I can keep naming them, Tim and Bob. I had a lot of influences. Like I'm like a studier. Like I study all the time. I'm a student first. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And do you feel like you still learning even though you
every day, still learning. I'm up in the morning watching all the interviews and like tutorials. Like I'm always trying to learn. Right. I think that's what kept me in the game. Like I'm always trying to learn.
Right.
Where does that come from though? Because you know, for somebody, you're very low key, right? You're just low key. You're clearly under the radar, but you have a pretty solid resume. Yeah. Bro. Like you could have easily said, "Man, I made it. I ain't gotta do this shit." You know?
Yeah, I think it comes from my church background of me playing under like a minister of music. So I always learning from him and stuff like that. So that's what taught me how to be a student.
Is that how it work in the church? See, I always wanted to know, like, the minister basically teaches the choir.
He oversees everything.
Oh,
yeah, like the choir, the musicians, like he's the head of everything. So he was older than me, so I was like the little kid, 14 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
So what was that like, growing up in the church? Because clearly you were into secular music.
Right.
Was there any, like, I don't know, issues that you dealt with the church, with your family? Like, no, you should only be listening to Kurt Franklin.
Right. Nah, not really. I mean, I wasn't listening to a lot of music with like cursing in it and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But like just the R&B music, nah, they ain't give me no issues. My mama loved to sing artists anyway, so.
Oh, word.
She like, here you go. Yeah, my family always supported me and stuff like that.
That's beautiful.
Always.
So how I heard of you was, of course, through A Major. A Major told me all about you.
My brother.
this was like 7-8 years ago. He was telling me he was doing some work with you. Then he told me about spins. And then I met another producer that you had the pleasure of coming up with, Jay Kidd.
Yes, sir.
Family.
Family. And it just all came together. Too. Yeah, like it's just crazy to see like how far all of y'all have came to this point.
Yeah.
But I do have a question, like, because we're not in that era no more.
Yeah.
So you talked about the people like your producers that you like basically was inspired by, right? But one of them that you didn't mention was Troy Taylor.
Right.
So
shout out to Troy Taylor.
Right, shout out to Troy because he the GOAT.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the story with Troy.
Tell us about that MySpace encounter.
Oh yeah.
That was
So
crazy.
like I said, I researched a lot of producers. So man, I was hitting Troy, I hit Polo the Don, like I was hitting everybody. But Troy responded back. You know what I'm saying? My thing was I wanted to play piano. So I was like, yo, I need a piano player. You know, that was my entry into the industry. So Troy responded back. We connected on AIM. I know it's throwback.
I don't even know what it is. I ain't gonna lie. That's way before my time.
America Online. Instant Messenger.
Sure.
Instant Messenger. Yeah.
For sure.
They had AIM and the sidekicks.
I remember that.
Sidekick,
Okay, yeah.
He had a T-Mobile sidekick. You can connect that to AIM.
Oh,
back then.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we started building from there. I was actually going to Winston-Salem State. That's where I met Jay Kids.
Oh wow.
And then I went there for a year. And then after I met Troy, I left. Atlanta.
So you didn't graduate college?
Nah.
Okay. Say about that shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Troy called my name.
I mean, I ain't want to pay $100,000 to learn how to engineer.
Oh, that's what you was going to school for, music?
Music. Yeah.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah.
They do say it's pointless. Would you feel like it's pointless to go to school for music?
If you really only want to be an engineer, maybe. But like, I was more on the composing side. So I felt like I didn't really need it like that.
Right.
And I was kind of already in the business a little bit with Troy, so.
You was already fine.
Troy was like the free school. He was like free school. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Yeah, we helped each other.
So he took you under his wing.
Yeah.
And that's when you met Trey Songz. That was your first. Was that your first big artist ever?
Yeah. My first record was Neighbors Know My Name. Yeah.
Whoa, hold on. Whoa, tell me, that was you?
Yeah.
I sincerely didn't know that. I said, wow, okay.
Jupiter Love.
Yeah.
I'm talking about all the shit I was screaming little boys and shit like that. Like, I did not know that was you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy because that was a record.
Man, we did all them songs in Camp Creek near the airport.
Wow.
Whole Ready album. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So yeah, I was 18 years old, but that was surreal.
What's the funny story? Tell us a story from that moment, like how it came about.
Man, I know when I went to LA for the Neighbors Know My Name video shoot.
Yeah.
That was dope. Like I think Jessica White, she's like a Victoria's Secret model. Like she was the lead lady in it. And that was so dope.
Remember that? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was very dope. It was my first time going to LA. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just hard. Yeah, we had a lot of funny moments, man. Just going, you know what I'm saying, going to the club, going to Magic City, breaking the records and stuff like that. Like,
Right.
So you was 18 at Magic City.
yeah.
What was that
I'll
like?
get.
Come on, church boy. What was that like? 18 at Magic City.
You know, in North Carolina, they ain't really known for that strip club like that. So, you know, especially in the country, they got like trucker strip clubs. Where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So, like, man, it was surreal. Like, just hearing my records in the club, like, bro, it was surreal. Like, just it was a big culture shift coming from a small town to Atlanta.
Right.
For sure. Yeah.
That's nothing but God right there.
Man, ain't nothing but God. Yeah. For real. But
Sure.
good moments for sure.
Right.
Beautiful stuff. So the thing about North Carolina, when it comes to like the state, one thing that I really just like about North Carolina as far as like artists that came up is like so many of y'all come from different random places, but y'all all put on because, you know, J. Cole, he's not from Charlotte. You got the baby, you got Jodeci, Ninth Wonder, this new cat who's on the show, Ruben Vincent. It's like y'all just have so much energy within that state.
You know, the Dream was from North Carolina too.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
Winston-Salem. He was born in Winston-Salem.
Yeah, all my life you've been from the West Side.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's a lot of talent out of North Carolina for real. Like you said, J. Cole in Fayetteville. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's a lot of talent. And I got a lot of producers that I'm developing too out of North Carolina too.
So you paying it forward. That's what I'm talking about.
Clap it up.
Yeah.
Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. Pay it forward.
How you molding them and educating them?
Man, shout out to my boy Sequence.
Okay.
Like, yeah, we got a crazy Jacquees record about to come out. But he still lives up there. Like, we used to play in church together. So like, that's my boy.
So this is his first placement?
It's gonna be
like big placement?
Yeah. It's like his second placement. He did some with Eric Bellinger joint
I love
last
Eric.
year. Yeah.
Best songwriters.
But this gonna really take him up through there. Got a crazy feature.
Ooh, you ain't.
He clearly signed something. He done signed something.
He done signed the paperwork.
He can't say shit. We're not trying to get SK sued at all. So talk to us about the importance of, you know, paying it forward.
Man, it's got to. Like, that's like I said, that's what kept me in the game, like collaborating with other producers. Like I'm always giving other producers opportunities. Cause it's some producers that help me with my weaknesses. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we kind of go hand in hand. So like, you have to pay it forward. You got to give back. You know what I'm saying? That's how God gonna bless you. The overflow of blessings come from that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like the longevity stems from. Like even who does it really good is Drake. Him paying it forward.
Yes.
Like people talk about like how he try to ride people waves, but that's really making him live longer, another 10 years just by him hopping on a wave like that.
Yeah.
Like it's just that. Giving it back, you know what I'm saying? You got like Dr. Dre, like he had Scott Storch, right?
You get what I'm saying? Timbaland had Danger and Scott Storch, like they was bringing them up together. So,
right?
Yeah, that's how I go.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. You gonna manage me? What's up?
We could talk off camera.
We gotta do that.
We'll talk some numbers. You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful.
I know.
What are some other goals that SK has on this list of things to do?
Man, breaking the artist. That's next for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes you a legendary producer. Like, it's easy to get the placements and the radio songs, but when you could take an artist from the ground up and break them, like, that's it. So that's what I'm focused on. So I got the label called Family First, and we developing artists and signing producers.
Do you feel like, okay, so I do have to say from my point, to me, I feel like getting placements on a bigger scale is not easy. Like you got to get stamped first. I feel like you having that entry with a well-known producer stamped you to, it just follows suit. You know what I'm saying?
It helps.
Yeah.
It helps build a resume, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, the thing is to get with the new artists and break them. Like
that's where it's at.
That's where it's at. I'm telling you. And that's where the big money is. When you own the masters and stuff like that.
Exactly. You paying for the studio time.
Yeah. You know, it's way more money in masters than publishing. Right. Publishing is big. It's a big thing. But when you own the masters, you see what QCP, Coach K just did.
Yeah.
$300 million.
You get a bag quick.
After taxes, that's what, 75 a piece for both of them? After taxes?
Yeah,
Do you feel like that was a good, like, because people were saying like it was a bad move, but from my understanding, what I got from that is he sold part of the company, still had ownership, and he got a bag.
They could. Man,
was that the case? Like, what is your outlook on that?
I think they sold it all. I'm not too familiar, but man, think about what they can do with that money though.
Right.
All the new business they can open up. Yeah, bro. Like, I think it was a good time.
Right.
Yeah. I think it was a good time.
And they having they run with their groups and stuff that's happening. Yeah,
man. Lil Baby is still at his peak. They did. I think they did everything at his peak.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it was a good decision.
Nah, that's not. That's facts.
Nah, that's dope.
You got Scooter Braun and his partner. They like big guys over there. So they got all that money. Yeah.
They got bread.
Bro, Scooter investing in make some huge investment.
They saying Scooter trying to make the 4th major label. That's what they say he's trying to do.
That's crazy.
That's what they're saying.
Now,
so
that's big.
I believe it.
Yeah, so it's like for what in my brain, it's kind of like so basically QC will be in a position where they'll be like an Interscope. Opposed to, that's what it's looking like. Yeah. So and that'll be insane.
That's bigger than big.
Huge.
They still got the legacy because they're just taking QC and really expanding it globally, basically.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. They're going crazy.
People always talk about what they would do if they what they would do, but they ain't in that position. You know what I'm saying?
You know that shit gonna happen.
They gonna be mad at you.
They gonna be mad at SK.
Like you put that $200 million check in that face, see what they gonna do there.
So I gotta ask. So SK, because I've been seeing this conversation a lot too about like owning your masters and not selling your masters.
Yeah.
So they put $100 million in your face for your masters.
Yeah.
You doing it?
I might do it, man. I could figure it out. I could figure out what to do with that money afterwards.
Because you know how to invest. Like, I feel like that's people mentality that always put all their eggs in one basket and they spend more than they have coming in. But if you an investor mentality and you got real estate and you got commercial property and, you know, franchises, how can you lose? Like,
man, you can't lose. You know what I'm saying? If you do something, as long as you ain't out here buying them damn $1 million chain and shit.
But that's what them type of people, I feel like that's what they thinking is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they saying it. They scaring you because they scared they'll blow that shit on.
Right.
I'll blow it on some titties or I'll blow it on, you know what I'm saying? Just dumb shit or a $100,000 car.
Hell yeah, but you gotta be smart about it.
Right.
But yeah, I would. If I feel like if the time for it, I would.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. How have you been able to, maintain, just sanity in this industry? Because, this industry can be very
snaky as hell. Bro. Snaky. You gotta be rooted spiritually, like I think, because you dealing with so many different energies.
Right.
And we're already doing like toxic ass music sometimes, so like you gotta be headstrong. Yeah, and have faith in God for real, like, because they're gonna try you. Business wise, like they gonna try to snake you. I had some situations.
Where they try to
snaky, like try to get stuff on the back end, or like not trying to get the publishing right, or like labels gonna be paying on time. You know what I'm saying? The bills gonna stop, but they might hold your money up.
Right.
I had a situation where my money was held up for a year and a half, bro.
Like no money coming in.
I had money coming, but this particular royalty, like I didn't even know it was due to me. They didn't have my address. It was just that simple. Wow. They didn't have my mailing address.
So how did you find out? Like,
man, what did I do? Like, I forgot exactly.
Some calls, I know it.
I made some calls. I reached out to them thinking like what made me think about it. I could have had some money tied up. I don't remember exactly, bro, but I remember reaching out to them and they were like, "Oh yeah, you got $40,000 sitting there that we haven't paid you. Here you go." You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be up on your business.
That's important.
That was a lesson for me. So stay up on it all the time.
Now with Cobalt Publishing, you have a publishing deal with them?
I have an admin deal.
You have an admin deal. Talk about the difference in that.
So co-pub deals, you giving 50% of your ownership to the label, to the publishing company in exchange of an event. You know what I'm saying? But they own that 50% forever. Admin deal, I retain all of my copyrights. So they just keep it for a certain amount of time, then it reverts back to you.
Do you still get an advance with admin? Okay.
You can, yeah. Okay. You can. Unless you just want that every 3 months, which could be a good balance. You know what I'm saying? So you don't blow the money, but yeah, you can get advance. It depends on your records.
That makes sense.
I know people that did hit records that got $1 million admin deal and still kept their copyrights.
Still had the copyrights. So
they will give you more money for a co-pub because, like you said, they're buying 50% of your joint. Yeah.
So they want to buy the money to have that ownership versus not have ownership.
Yeah.
So that makes sense to me.
I like the admin. Yeah. Joint, you know what I'm saying? Because then you could, let's say you can hold on to them songs for 10, 15 years and you can just sell half of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Percentage at a time.
Yeah, you can just sell half of it and still retain your 50% as if you were in a pub deal, but it'll be worth more. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. I think for me, myself personally, as a producer, I can see myself doing an admin deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, bro?
Same. Yeah. I'm familiar with the admin deals. Yeah. Shout out to my boy Nash B.
My brother.
Yeah, he put me down with the admin.
Yeah.
He put me down.
Nash got the admin. Yeah, he one of the first ones to tell me about it too. Because I was in a co-pub deal with Universal for 8 years.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I was in the old school deal. You know what I'm saying? So it was the old school deal. You gotta submit a certain number of songs. So if I got a 3-song deal, I gotta do 300% worth of records. Which means if I get 25%, I got to do 4 of those to get to that 100 to meet that. You know what I'm saying? It was old school shit.
It was a lot of shit. Yeah, you had to meet all those qualifications.
Yeah, because it was like iTunes and it won't streaming like that. Now these deals are more so money thresholds. So
I don't know if y'all know or not, but they're saying if you did music before the streaming era, you're entitled to some money.
I heard
like
about
if
that.
you had hits, like which you had hits before the streaming.
Was it like some Sony? I think it was some Sony Legacy. I think that's what it was. Something like that. Yeah.
That's crazy. And they're not gonna tell you, hey, come pick up this shit.
They're not. I just told you about what happened.
Right. You got 100,000 cents. Ain't nobody gonna call you.
I'm telling you, them chicks be on their desk. I'm telling you.
So they don't spend it either. They just
they are banks. They probably lending that money out anyway, or paying for another artist project with your money until you try to ask for it back. I mean, try to get it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So where is life for you now? I just gotta understand, outside of the music, like what are some things that make you happy in your day-to-day life outside of music?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Last decade, my life was just music. But I just got to the point where I'm doing other things. Like,
that's good.
Yeah, like get some nature, going walking outside.
There we go.
Because doing music, like you in the crib or you in the studio all day, and those 4 walls, like sometimes that shit can fuck with your mental a little bit. So I try to get outside and just enjoy and travel and go get some ocean in my life. Yeah.
Got to. Yeah. How do you feel about because when I listen to your music, you're clearly one of the ones in the R&B world.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about like this new approach and this new era and this new energy of R&B?
I like it, bro. I like it. It's more hip hop influence, you know what I'm saying? But I done came across some talent that's coming out that's gonna be crazy, bro. I think it's gonna make this resurgence. You know what I'm saying? Because people want that feeling.
That traditional R&B soul feeling music. Yeah.
As long as you still make it a little current, got to bounce. I don't want to be making 2000 beats, early 2000 beats, same drums and shit. But yeah, you can keep that feel. Yeah, people want feeling, bro, because a lot of music don't lack feeling. You know what
Well, something that you dipping into. A lot of people, he is good with R&B, but you do hip hop as well too.
Yeah.
So like, can you tell us more about like the drill side of things? Like, how did you have to do your research and learn how to make the beats and stuff? So
man,
SK type beats.
I know, like SK type beat type shit.
How
did you get into it with the drill?
I just hear it. Like I play piano by ear, so I could hear something even with drums, and I know how to duplicate it. I know how to put my own spin on it. So I just want to do a different kind of bounce. That's why I was doing drill and stuff like that.
Yeah, like, it's a different sound.
Still keep that same core R&B or core rap feeling, but give it a little hi hats with instead of just everything sounding Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to kind of switch it up a little bit.
We need that SK Chief Keef record. Then.
Yeah,
we need that. We need that SK Chief Keef. I'm here for it.
Let's get it.
We need it.
I just had Flo Milli single drop too last week.
Oh yeah,
called Nasty Dancer.
Yeah, so you got hip hop for sure.
Yeah. Like I said, we did the Future stuff. I did Kevin Gates, D You Down. I just did some.
Oh, he be performing that shit like.
Yeah, that shit went viral.
Yeah.
That shit went viral.
Aggressive.
That shit was funny waking up to that shit. Bro. It was funny.
You need to go to a show. Do you plan on going to a show?
I need to. Yeah. I ain't been on one of his shows yet.
Funny as hell.
Yeah, man, I ain't seen Gates in some years, so that'll be hard.
Yeah, that shit going viral.
Yeah, so and I just did Summer Walker too.
Oh yeah.
It was in a movie called Fear.
I did see that. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just humbly just. Oh, y'all did this. Oh, y'all did that. Like, yo, humble energy is off the charts, man. It's very impressive.
Yeah. But it's rare.
Yeah,
because we meet people like you all the time, and it's not the same. Like it's always like.
They be trying to up. They be trying to.
Yeah, like they want you to nail. Like this is what I do.
Like, I'm stuck up. This is what I did. This is my resume.
Yeah, but I try to remain level headed with this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's thanks to my country background.
I get that
Small
vibe from you.
shit.
So how your people receiving you? You done made it this far. Like, what is their thoughts about you?
They love it, but I'm gonna tell you what they want me to do though. They want me to produce for like a Southern blues artist.
Oh, that's
different. Y'all know about Southern blues?
Yeah,
like Marvin.
I'm from Tennessee, so
they want. That's how I'm gonna really make it when I do that though.
Oh, that's
to them, they love it. They listen to that more than they listen to regular.
Like a Robert Glasper type shit.
Right.
I download his albums.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I have to listen to instruments without words, like
right.
just to get a vibe. And like he's one of the ones for me.
They want that country soul.
Oh, that country side of it.
Yeah,
okay.
like Tucker, King George. Y'all know them?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Yeah, they want that. They want them vibes. Yeah. So I'm actually about to sign a Southern blues artist.
Okay.
For real.
That's
like we were just on the phone yesterday.
And they from your hometown?
They from here.
Atlanta? Oh, wow.
They from here, yeah, bro. So,
can't wait to hear about it. We can talk about that after work.
Yeah, that's my next thing though. I'm gonna tap into that world a little bit. They be getting booked every week.
They can perform. They can sell out shows.
Right.
See, that's the thing. Like, you don't have to be on radio to sell out shows. Like, you gotta have the number one record in the world to sell out shows.
They selling out auditoriums and all that shit. Yeah. So
that's what a
I'm
bag
tap into that world. Yeah, they getting booked all the time. I'm on it.
Sure.
I'm on it.
What's it like for you? Because, we talked about Troy Taylor earlier.
Yeah.
And, you worked with him at the age of 18.
Yeah.
And you've been so consistent up until this point.
Yeah.
What are those conversations with y'all now? Like, does he look at you like his child that made it? Like, oh, my God.
Nah, he proud of me, yo. He proud of me. I could genuinely say that. He be hitting me with a text like, bro, that's dope. That's dope. You doing your thing now. Like, yeah, I learned so much from Troy. Just and watch his story, too. Watch his ups and downs. Like, he hasn't always been up. You know what I'm saying? So seeing him go through his trials and tribulations inspires me, you know what I'm saying? Because this industry up and down, bro. Like, you ain't making $1 million every month for your whole career. Like, sometimes things get tricky. So, so like I said, I got to stay level headed. But yeah, he taught me a lot about that.
Beautiful stuff. Are there any artists, producers that you would just love to just tap in with that you haven't touched yet? Like, who's on the wish list?
You know, we got the A-list artists. Like, we got Drake.
Okay.
We got Riri. Those I would love to work with Drake. You know what I'm saying? But I'm more focused on the newer artists though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm working with Cali. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Cali.
Okay, she dope.
She dope.
We locked in. So yeah.
Do you have an artist you working with that nobody know about? Like they don't got no following. Like you really gonna be molding them from?
I got an artist that we flying in next week from Miami.
Can you say her name? Okay.
She sing rap.
She rap.
Oh shit. I'm excited to hear about this then. Okay.
She rap. Like we flying in next week.
Okay. I can't wait to hear about this.
Like I said, I'm focused on breaking these artists. Bro. Okay. If I do the A-list stuff, that's like a blessing on the side. But you say I want to break these artists. That's what I'm on.
That's what's up. Yeah. And family first, is it just you or you got a business partner?
My boy Merv.
Okay, Merv.
Yeah, my boy Merv. He from New York. he was sleeping on the couch like at Sammy crib. I've been on through Sammy, the R&B singer Sammy.
Oh,
Shout out to Sammy.
Yeah,
okay.
so to see him go from that to him being a boss, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's
going
up.
up. So yeah, working on it.
Could you see yourself doing a movie about yourself? Because I feel like that's like the one like musical story, like the producer that made it movie. Like
Right.
it's just like
I do want to do a documentary though. I do want to take a camera crew down to Medoc,
You got to.
showing them dirt roads and dirt paths and shit. Yeah, I gotta do it, but I gotta tell people the story. I'm bouncing out now, bro. Like I said, I've been low key, but
Yeah.
it's time to show the world, tell the
Gotta show
story.
'em.
Gotta tell them, bro.
I just saw Toni Braxton's story. Did y'all? I don't know if y'all heard about. She got her own biopic. I didn't know she done been through all she been through.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
With
like-
her and her sisters and how they got on
And
and
her
stuff.
going through the bankruptcies and stuff like
She
that.
done went through 2
Yeah.
bankruptcies. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she still got money.
she's
That's why
still
people
going
don't
up.
understand. Just because you go bankruptcy doesn't
Yeah.
mean you broke like that.
Nah.
You can't pay people back.
Trying to protect,
but you ain't broke.
trying to protect them assets. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
You
like,
can't pay them folks back. That's all it is.
you know,
It's a
it's a
default.
learning lesson. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You can bounce back from it.
And she did. She got a Grammy after that. So you know.
that part.
About.
This was a adult conversation.
I know.
I fuck with this. This is hard,
man.
Thank
Fuck
you
with
for
y'all.
coming.
All
We
love.
was talking to Trey. I just fuck with him because me as a female and him being who he is, like him to send me loose, I'm like, oh, he really, you know, you fuck with me, and I really
bro.
respect you for that.
Let's make some plays together, B.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know what I'm saying?
We
Let's
gonna do it because
Yeah.
I've been working the pot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you the beats, like all the beats that
You've
I've
been holding the beats. You've been
I mean,
holding them.
because I'm a person like I don't want to send something half-assed. Like I just gotta.
I got
get
you.
it.
You want to make sure
All I'm
it's
gonna
right.
say is, B-Lex, put this part of the interview on your profile on this. I'm telling you, put this on your Instagram so they know.
Yeah, like I want to get this shit. Like, because I sent you some shit. You told me you was like change up the beat, you know, the 808 pattern. I'm like, all right, let me look into that on YouTube and learn. Like I don't know shit, so I'm learning all this shit.
Man, I try to keep it real. We all gotta learn. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I ain't gonna cap on you, but like
That's
this
real.
the best beat I heard in my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? I knew it take work. Like all my beats don't be going. Sometimes they be like skip. Sometimes.
Yeah,
And it might end up landing on somebody else 2 years later. You know, it's about,
You done made
it's about
plays like
timing.
that.
It's about timing.
right, exactly. And I'm learning. Like I said, I'm 2 to 3 years as a producer, and just to have the support from my village, I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doing their own thing, but just to have that support is important.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's do it.
Hey, we're gonna keep doing it.
These
Big
plays.
blessings on the way. SK, thank you. But before we go, one thing we always like to encourage our guests to do is provide positive words of affirmation. So what is some advice that SK can provide to anybody that's on their way?
You know, I don't want to say the typical thing, but it's true. Never give up. Stay consistent. Execute. My thing is, I'm learning these days is to wake up with intention. Have intention when you wake up in the morning. This is what you want to do. Do it. Execute it. Write your goals down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
That part.
Hey man, beautiful stuff, man. Please
Sir.
give our my bad. I'm sorry. I thought you was about to say something else. For sure. Please give our listeners your social media. Let them know where they can get in contact with you. All that and then, son King.
Yeah, you can follow me on Real SK Music across all platforms: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all that.
Okay.
My email's in my bio if you want to send loops or any kind of beats and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, before we go, I want to ask, how many plaques you think you got? Just curious.
I can't count, bro. Say about 30 plus.
Hey, there we go. 30 plus.
That's what's
what I'm
up.
saying. You know what I'm saying? Stuff be happening. Stuff be going platinum out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got to buy some more. I got, you know what I'm saying? The platinum.
Small town, big town dream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right.
I appreciate y'all for sure.
For sure, man.
All the
Hey,
time.
we rocking with you, SK. However, we can help you. Keep sending them loops. Keep sending them
sir.
packs. Hits on the way. More placements on the way. More blessings. More life. All that and then some.
That
Sir.
part.
For sure.
All love, man.
All love. Infinite Vibes. Miranda, man. SK in the building. B-Lax in the building as well. We out.